How did a small startup in Israel grow to have a total funding of more than $200 million in just 7 years? From just a little over 100 people using this app to take care of their work-related activities, thousands of organizations have gotten on the train with the company worth billions of dollars. We're talking about Monday.com. There is a huge chance you have already heard about this app. You may have even been using it to manage your team. But do you know how it started? It's an interesting story, so stick with us. The early days of Monday.com. You may not believe this, but Monday.com was actually known as Pulse in its early days. Yeah, it's a weird name, and we're glad they noticed it too. However, this company based in Tel Aviv started with two entrepreneurs looking to make a difference. Roy Mann was a gaming entrepreneur and an executive at Wix, a company that focuses on helping people build and host their websites easily. While working at Wix, Mann wanted a better way to easily track employees and their projects. This was the beginning of a tool that made collaboration in the workplace much easier. Mann was finally ready to leave Wix and start up a company of his own. He partnered with Eric Zinman, the head of research and development at Conduit Mobile, a known mobile company. Together, these two discussed their goals, went to work, and Pulse was born. Mann became the chief executive officer, while Aaron is the chief technology officer. The startup was launched officially in February of 2012, with trial plans and affordable pricing of $25 per month. You could tell that they wanted to get everyone's attention with their prices. And it worked. Through word of mouth from members of the company's board, they were able to spread the gospel of Pulse. Slowly, people started turning to this application to assign tasks at work, get jobs done, and even send updates by mail to various employees. Breaking funding records as a small startup. As a small startup in Tel Aviv, Pulse had bigger companies to compete with. Luckily, the founders had funding alongside their determination. They were able to get their first equity funding of more than $7 million in 2016, and this was led by Genesis Partners and Entree Capital. By this time, the company was growing faster than ever. As a project management tool, they were able to make remote work fun for both big and small companies. With this company's constantly evolving tool, users could communicate and collaborate easily in a single platform. Compared to other popular communications like Zoom and Skype, people started seeing it as more than a messaging platform. It was more than convenient for sharing files, visualizing progress, and of course, tracking tasks. It also helped that this company's virtual workplace had more than 100 templates perfect for customizing workflows. It seemed like a no-brainer that people would rather go for this app that could work on both Android and iOS and view data in several ways in real time. Once again, the existing investors participated in Series B funding led by Insight Partners, and the company raised a whopping $25 million in 2017. Now, there was more attention, and the founders realized that Pulse just doesn't cut it anymore. If you share our sentiments, then you would have that feeling that Pulse sounds like a really bad rap name. So Mann and Zinman decided in November of 2017 that the company should be called Monday.com. But why did they choose Monday? Isn't that the day of the week that most people are reluctant to get to work after a fun weekend? Well, that's just what it is. The idea behind calling the company Monday was just because they wanted people to be able to see Monday differently, as a stress-free day. If you know a thing or two about Israel, then you would remember that this country has its first work week as Sunday. However, the founders wanted to extend that reach of their app beyond Israel. It was only natural that they would pick a day that most people could relate to as the beginning of a work week. This rebranding did the trick. This company was already moving at an incredibly fast pace before getting renamed as Monday.com. But after this event, their Series C funding broke new funding records for the company. This time led by Sapphire Ventures, Monday.com raised $150 million in 2019. They had tons of their investment partners in the mix, including Ion Crossover Partners, Hamilton Lane, Vintage Investment Partners, and Harvard Vest Partners. They bought the company's valuation to almost $2 billion. That's a big deal for a company that's not even 10 years old yet. Monday.com became one of the 12 companies based in Israel to make the 2020 Forbes Cloud 100 list, alongside other incredible organizations like AppsFlyer, JFrog, and Synsense. This project management platform shot into the limelight as it's now a household name. Even the big names like General Electric, Costco, Universal Studios, Adobe, and Uber are using Monday.com. Now this company is one of the well-known brands in the tech space. Surviving in a world with competitors. How was Monday.com able to generate about $130 million in revenue in February 2020 with companies like Trello and Asana in existence? We all know that Asana and Trello and Monday.com are three companies competing in the project management tool market. They all offer freemium services for small, medium, and even large businesses. Four companies with similar features of team tagging, real-time brainstorming, discussion forums, task allocation and tracking, content management, and notifications. It's surprising that Monday.com has been able to remain the largest of the three. One thing is that Monday.com provides round-the-clock online support, tutorials, and webinars, a feature that both Trello and Asana lack. Despite being the most expensive of the three, people have fallen in love with its effectiveness. The founders, both computer science graduates, focused more on making the app easy to use while being an all-in-one tool. Everyone is a sucker for anything that makes our lives easier. We can relate to that. With several impressive features, they made Monday.com into a technology that works for users and not the other way around. Simply put, they made people's lives easier, especially employees that are already stressed out with workplace-related issues. Monday.com is targeted at teams. Its value extends to all team members who want a space to work on a project from day one to completion. Managers can use this as a reporting tool, while this software is great for helping teams communicate, collaborate, and work together better. More users claim they have become about 40% more productive when using Monday.com for collaborations while managing projects. Of course, we can't forget to talk about the interface. We are drawn to a platform that is both beautiful and easy to move around. Would you use YouTube as much if it didn't take more than 10 minutes to figure out where to search for cool videos? Of course you wouldn't. It's the same with Monday.com. Mann and Zinman understood the importance of user experience, so they made the interface beautiful, fun to use, sexy, and sleek. The drag-and-drop feature was the icing on the cake. Even better, Monday.com was designed to work like an iPhone and feel like social media platforms like WhatsApp, Snapchat, and Instagram. You could log into your Monday.com dashboard and get the same sensation you would feel when you sense that new car smell. So for Monday.com to stay ahead of its competitors, they had to make their software exciting and a great place to spend a lot of time. However, it wasn't just about the feel, but how valuable it was for people using it. In terms of functionality, the app has the grid view useful in managing processes during projects and giving the perfect overview of everything at a glance. Users are excited about the color-coded features that let them create their colors and develop creative solutions. The future of Monday.com. No doubt about it, Monday.com has a bright future ahead. In 2021, it's expected that this app will generate even more revenue as many companies keep turning to remote work setups. We could say that they are one of the few companies that have benefited from the pandemic. With social distancing guidelines forcing employees and entrepreneurs to work from home, they had to turn to tools that will handle tasks as if they were in the workplace physically. Monday.com started with a dream and an idea. Today, it's worth billions of dollars and continues to evolve based on customer feedback. It's definitely a company to keep watching, even as technology is advancing in today's world. Now you know the insane story of Monday.com, and that's a wrap. Have you ever used this project management tool or know someone who has? What do you think about it? Let us know in the comments, and don't forget to subscribe to our channel. Thanks for watching.